Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. So I have been on a YouTube hiatus, as you might know, because I've been working on launching my small consulting business, Logical A. I've also been planning to give 2 speaking engagements this month. These are pretty big because normally in life, I would never see myself as somebody who was a public speaker. And here I am, doing 2 in a month. Frankly, this is both exciting and terrifying all at the same time. So, some progress. I do have my slides ready for both of my presentations. One will be 6 minutes, which thankfully is before the bigger one the following week, which is a half-hour presentation. Now, for me, dwindling these things down to a handful of slides and keeping myself with some noted sheets to the allotted times that I'm allowed for both of these has been quite the challenge. Trying to compress 6-7 hours worth of information that I would like to deliver to people due to the way my brain works into such short segments has been extremely challenging for me. So trying to pick out the points that will make the most impact and make the most sense to people, since when it comes to being simple, that is something I truly suck at. I would rather be very, very in deep with a lot of technology and different terminologies and things like that. Technology, Jesus. What I'm using right now only kind of in a verbal sense, being very intricate and detail-oriented, if you will. So besides that, I have had several really good Zoom meetings. The people at the Small Business Development Center have been fantastic to work with in helping me get all of this going. I have a whole grocery list this coming week at 1 Million Cups where I will be giving a presentation about Logical A, which if I haven't told you, and I haven't said anything in the previous videos, it is going to be a consulting company where I will go in to businesses of all types, all sorts, all sizes, and begin to teach them how to properly seek out and vet, interview, hire, and modify the working environments down to the department level that will create both a bridge of engagement, but also create longevity for employment when it comes to people who are on the spectrum. The unemployment rate and the partial employment rate is very high in this country. In fact, it's one of the higher numbers, Jesus, I am all over the place with this, but my mind is in a million different directions right now, so I apologize. Anyway, the rate is almost the highest out of any disability as it comes to people with disabilities who are either unemployed or employed. And what Logical A, what I'm creating, is all about making improvements to this area. Now, this isn't just the one area I'll be focusing on. My roadmap, which I will go over in some detail in coming videos, is much more encompassing in just starting with the employment area, but also working through education and also working into places like more social gatherings and events and things like that, and creating some awareness and some modifications, if you will, as to how some of these things can happen and can be planned where more people on the spectrum can go and at some level enjoy engagements that they currently don't right now. So it's a very big roadmap. There are a lot of working pieces, but right now, my focus right now is just getting the consulting piece up off the ground. Now, I have a tremendous amount of people who are locally, who are supporting me in this endeavor. They like the concept. And for me, most of my life, I was so accustomed to the word no and hearing the word no that became its own comfort level, as crazy as that sounds. However, more and more I'm starting to hear yes. And it's what comes after the yes, all of the actions, all of the thoughts, all of the work that needs to go past hearing yes instead of at a stop and refigure things out with no is just completely different for me. And so right now I have so many things that I am probably not prepared for launching this business. So many things I'm missing, but I have many eyes and many brains besides my own who are engaging me on this project and helping me steer it in the best possible direction it can go. And for that, I am very thankful. Now, given that I had spent so much time in various types of IT work where the work was really one man with some occasional phone calls or bringing somebody in temporarily or whatnot, but the rest of the time the work being just done, just myself, just me there. This is a whole new ballgame involving other people. And when it comes to being on a team, whether it's temporary or at some point if it became permanent, is a whole new ground for me. And I'm not used to that. And so it can seem very much more socially oriented than I am sometimes able to handle. So taking these steps of finding those points where I need other eyes, other minds, other suggestions has been something that I have been working a lot on, not trying to take myself all the way to where I'm just going to work on all of it myself and see what comes out. But bringing other people in is it's just new. And so far it has been probably less scary than I thought it would be. Now, over the next couple of weeks, specifically next Wednesday, probably not the day, but probably more like Thursday, I'm going to be putting something out online, which will be my presentation at 1 Million Cups and the Q&A that follows afterwards. Now, I have no idea what kind of questions I'm going to get, how all of this is going to play out, even though I have gone through epic reels of mental movies about this. I have no idea what to expect. So when you see it, that's going to be what happened. So the following week, I'm going to have a few longer videos, but a lot of shorts that are going to be surrounding Startup Week, which is the 13th to the 17th. Now, I will be there through a lot of Startup Week as I am set to do some volunteer work there as well as speak. So it's going to be a very big week for me. So I'm going to pack in as much as I can in that week, because probably after that one, I have no idea what type of what do I want to say? What type of reaction I'm going to get after my half-hour presentation at Startup Week. I'm not sure what's going to happen so far as interest generated and things like that. So I'm also trying to prepare for after that talk, because it's a big one. And so my plan is that after that week is the week of Thanksgiving. So I'm hoping that I'm not inundated with emails and phone calls and texts and all of that due to it being Thanksgiving. If it is, there's nothing I can do about that except to respond as much as I can. But a whole week of day in and day out of being around people and talking and things like that is just going to be extremely draining. So I am also trying to mentally prepare myself. I'm going back through the energy accounting ledger I have, trying to best estimate, which may actually be a daily morning thing in 2 weeks with Startup Week and all of the activities. But I am trying to rework that so that by the end of the day, I'm still functional. So that is all I have right now. Big events coming up. Not sure I'm ready. A lot of people say, well, you're never actually ready. No, I don't know if I am ready. Part of me on the inside wants to go crawl in a hole and just let the world pass by like I used to live, but I have probably come out too far to really backtrack that way. So that is also in the back of my mind. That being said, I know this was a very, very different video than some of the things I've done in the past. Might seem a bit scattered, and I can't help that because this is very big, and I wanted to take the time to come on and share it with you, give you an update, tell you what's going on and what's coming up. I want to thank everyone who generally takes the time to come by the channel and watch the videos. I greatly appreciate that. Whether you're a subscriber or whether you've come across the channel and you're like, maybe this channel isn't for me. You know what? That's okay. It's good to find the things that fit you. And so there will never be an issue from me on that. Anyway, thanks, guys. I look forward to presenting the video of my presentation next week and everything that is going to be happening with Wichita Startup Week. Take care. I will see you around.